Okay folks, so this has been sent over to me from Eufy recently. This is the Indoor Cam C210, and as you can tell from the name, it is a security camera that has been designed for indoor use. So it will connect over your Wi-Fi network, so not a whole lot of cabling involved there, which is always a bonus. And it has 360-degree pan as well. And this can be fully controlled using the eufy Security app, which is free to download for iOS and Android users. So let's go ahead and take the camera out of the box. So the camera itself is able to record and capture at 1080p video resolution, and it does have live viewing as well, supported by the app. It's a little smaller than I expected, so that's nice. It's not going to be an intrusive device at all. And because of the 360 pan here, you can actually position this pretty much from any orientation you want, and then in the app you can adjust the position of the camera to get it exactly as you need it. We have a security sticker and a quick start guide, a positioning sticker for when we are mounting the camera, the mount itself, some screws and plugs for the mount, the wall adapter with the USB connection on it, and a USB cable as well. And I've just stretched this out and measured it. It actually reaches over 2 meters in length or over 80 inches. So I have just set the camera up on the Eufy Security app, and as you can see, I've got an image there with that 1080p capture, which is looking really good here on my phone. I've also installed a 16GB memory card, a micro SD card into the camera, and that slots in just under the head of the camera itself. And if you don't have a micro SD card, you can use cloud storage instead, but that isn't required. That's what I absolutely love about this model. You do not have to pay any monthly fees. Just stick an SD card in and you can have continuous recording even if that's what you want. Now, I've named this baby cam because this is going in our baby's room. She's only 1 year old, so it will help us to keep an eye on her. And there's a number of settings as well that's going to help us out with that, so it's a really versatile device. But obviously, one of the main features here is the pan and tilt. So I'm just going to show you that in action here. We can go ahead and adjust that just from within the app itself. There is a slight delay because of it communicating over Wi-Fi, so once you access those controls, it will take a second or two to actually update on the camera. But yeah, I can see that image. I think it looks fantastic. It's really clear. Obviously, this is in the daytime, but there is night vision here as well, and we'll show you that in a few moments' time. But yeah, really happy with the image quality here, and I think this is going to do just the job for us. Okay, so I've just gone into the settings for the camera to run through some of these for you. So you can actually have this connected through your Homebase 3 if you do have a Homebase 3 from Eufy, and that will allow you to use the storage on the Homebase 3, so then you won't even need to install a memory card into the camera itself, and you will still have no monthly fees. Now, right now I have motion detection turned off. That's because I'm sitting right in front of the camera. It would be buzzing us to no end if I had that enabled. But of course, having motion detection here is really important for a security camera. And it does utilize Eufy's, I've got to say, really powerful AI detection. I've got a number of Eufy security cameras and this does work well. So you can set this to only detect humans when it finds movement. That way it will not be buzzing you to your phone with notifications for everything that's happening in the shot. Now, because we're using this as a baby cam ourselves, the sound detection option is going to be super useful. We will probably have this enabled rather than the motion detection, because the baby may wriggle around a bit setting this off otherwise. But having the sound detection enabled only will mean we'll only be notified if she's actually crying. But of course, we can still check on her at any time we want to using the live view as well. There are various pan tilt settings which you can go through and adjust. I'm going to leave those on their defaults for now. And there are angle settings. So this is a great idea. It enables you to set some default locations with the pan and tilt, and then you can access those at any time with a click of a button. And there is also the privacy angle as well, which is effectively another preset. You have the audio settings. This does have two-way audio. So not only can you hear what the camera is picking up, but you can actually speak through the camera so that anybody in the vicinity will hear your voice too. And you can adjust your notifications as well as to how they are going to be given to you. And I'm going to disable the human and all other motion for now. Now, what is interesting is if we head over to storage, we can see we have the local storage. I have that 64GB memory card installed into the camera. That's been detected, no problem. You have the cloud backup storage, which is totally optional, but if you do want to have your clips stored on the cloud, then you can go ahead and have a look through that. But interestingly, there is also a NAS option here. This is a little bit too technical for me, but for those of you that do have a NAS device, you can set this up to have your camera's recording sent directly to that. Now, your NAS will need to support RTSP, okay? But as long as you do have that support on your NAS, then you can certainly set this camera up with it. Right, so future me back with you. We've got the C210 camera set up in my baby's room. We've been testing it this afternoon, and I've got to say, it does what we are going to need it to do, and it does it very well. First off, that 1080p image quality is more than adequate for what we needed, and again, being able to turn off the motion detection and just enable sound detection is a useful feature we're going to be making the most of. But something I love is that because we need to often turn the light off in that room so that my baby can get to sleep more quickly, this thing transfers from daytime to infrared mode within just a few seconds time. And I've got to say as well that the infrared picture clarity is very strong. And my wife, who has also got the free eufy security app with her own account, really easy to share that with her from my own app, and she had that up and running within seconds. So yes, overall first impressions of the C210 have definitely been positive. Of course, we're going to be looking forward to putting this camera through its paces over the coming weeks. But folks, hopefully this video has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.